to visit Kansas City, and in Kansas City is the corporate offices for Hallmark. And I remember visiting those halls where I was like, this is where the stories begin. This is where the cards are written. This is where some of those movies get their start. And I'm telling you, like, realizing that there's a lot of joy that is spread from that place. And also, there's a lot of sadness that gets to be acknowledged through the cards that they write and the movies that they share. And so tonight, standing here in downtown Waynesville, this is like a place that looks like it stepped right out of a Hallmark film, right? Do you agree with that?
Yes.
It really, really is. I know George Bailey was like up in New York, but if he had retired, he might have moved to Waynesville, North Carolina, with a whole lot of other New York folk, right? Like that is probably true. But as I'm standing here, I'm just reminded, right? I'm reminded about what Christmas really is about. And it's about a hope that doesn't come from a studio. It's about a hope that comes from God. And so I just want to be able to celebrate that like Christmas, the whole entire story is about God giving us what we needed most, like in the place in our life where we actually needed it the most as well. And so when we're walking these streets tonight, like it is nothing short of magical. And like it's not even that different from daily life here. It can feel like living in a Christmas
Merry
card.
Christmas!
And yet tonight I want us to be reminded of something that's really, really important. I want us to be reminded that behind the decorations,
Should be saying Happy Thanksgiving.
Behind the merriment, every single one of us is carrying hurts and pains and fears. Like we're real people that are carrying real struggles. Now, if by saying that it looks like that I might have missed the email that said that tonight is supposed to all be about merriment, then I can appreciate that. But I promise you that I didn't miss that memo. Like, because my job here is in just a few moments, I want us to be able to celebrate together the taste of Christmas, and we can't do that unless we can be real. And so, friends, we're like neighbors where we get to do life together. Like, it's one of those things that I love most about like serving a church that reflects the community around us is that we're all different at the very same time, we're all the same. And so, like, there are people right here in Haywood County who will walk by these beautiful shop windows and they'll not be able to buy anything that's on the inside of those windows and shops. Families trying to figure out how to afford things like groceries and health care, like much less gifts. And so, like people who feel more alone sometimes in December than any other month of the year where we celebrate how not alone we really are. Like folks who have lost someone, folks who are sometimes holding on by a thread. I just want to remind us that that's exactly why the light that we celebrate tonight, the lights that are on this tree, that's exactly why the first Christmas happened. Like the very first Christmas, it wasn't shiny, it wasn't easy, it wasn't filmed like with the best new cell phone. It wasn't an invitation that went out wrapped with a bow, or it didn't go viral on social media at the time because there wasn't such a thing. It took place in a little town, even smaller than Waynesville, right? And it was a place where God chose to enter the world, not in comfort, but in humility. Like Jesus arrived in the kind of place where you didn't have to pretend to be okay. And he came for the kind of people who sometimes feel overlooked or forgotten, shepherds, travelers, young families, far from home. And so angels came announcing the good news of great joy by declaring, you don't have to be afraid anymore because help is on the way. Not just the rumors of help, but literally help named Emmanuel, which means God is with us. In the Bible, in the Gospel of John, it puts it like this: the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it. That light, friends, it's for all of us. That light is for those of us that are standing here tonight waiting for this tree lighting, and we're like celebrating a spirit and countenance of joy, and for the ones who are standing here with worries that feel like that they're ready to bury you. For the ones that feel like just like full, like your arms are full and your life is full, and the others that feel like that what you come tonight with is some empty hands. That, friends, is why we flip a switch, and that's why we light a tree. Not just to decorate the night, but to declare something really important. That even in the darkest seasons of life that we will ever encounter, that hope shines. That even in the heaviest times that light breaks through, and that no one in this town and no one in this world is beyond the reach of God's love. And I want you to think about a single bulb. And I want you to think about how a single bulb, like the whole light of darkness, that we encounter in the night or during the night, like one single bulb doesn't look like it does a whole lot. And yet, the closer you get to it, the lighter it is. And then when thousands of those lights shine together, it literally changes the night. Can I invite us, friends, as we're here to celebrate the lighting of a tree, can I invite us to be able to hear and respond to the call of this season, and that is to collectively bring our darkness together and to place it in the light. Like, that's our call. Our call, right, is to people whose kindness shines, to people who see the ones who feel unseen, to people who want to make sure that Haywood County feels like home for everybody, not just the ones who can afford the gifts behind the windows. And so, friends, we often marvel at the beauty of the Great Smoky Mountains. Anybody like the fact that we live in the mountains? Can we celebrate God's creation in the mountains? Yeah, it's incredible. But I want to remind you or inform you that the Smoky Mountains are not God's most wonderful and marvelous creation here in this place. You are. You are. We are. And so when this tree lights up, let's let it be more than a tradition. Let's let it be a reminder. Let's let it be our mission.
My phone will die just
right?
as it
That
lights.
this light, representing the whole light of this season and the way that God breaks into the darkest moments of our life, that this light shines in a way that the darkness cannot overcome and the weary cannot outrun. And so I just want to invite us to be able to have a prayer together. If you're willing to pray with me, that's great. I just invite you to do that